Mic check, mic check. Great day, family. Real quiet. Which mic? I'm on 2. Great day. Great day. Welcome, welcome to Awaken Spirit. Thank you, Reverend Ned. Let's give it up for a brand new baby week. It is July 20th. I cannot believe it's the last Sunday of July. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Awaken Spiritual Community here in Charlotte, North Carolina. For those of you online, come on into the room, like, tag, share, bring someone else into the room. Let's take a collective deep breath just to become centered. Help me. Thank you so much, Spirit. It's been a fun weekend for me. So we're going to take this deep breath right now as we become centered and bring ourselves present into this space. Let's do it one more time. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Community here in Charlotte, North Carolina. For those of you online, come on into the room. We're here on multiple levels. I love it. It's a reminder. We're here on multiple levels. All right, so you all are going to be with me today. I was traveling this weekend. I just flew in from Buffalo, New York. Let's give it up for Shari for being in the room. So you all know I love starting with one of my favorite songs. It's Expect a Miracle. And you all know the words by now. But if not, I think they're going to be up on the screen. And we're going to go ahead and sing Expect a Miracle. We're going to talk more about that next week. Thank you, Spirit. Hey, love. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the impossible, and I feel the intangible, and I see the invisible. I'm looking for a miracle. I expect the intangible, and I feel the intangible. Y'all got me. And I see the invisible. The sky is the limit to what I can have. You can come on up, huh? Okay. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Thank you, Spirit. The sky is the limit to what I can have. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Speak to yourself. Every day, God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle. Every day, God will make a way out of no way. Thank you, Spirit. Y'all could have left it. We got a choir. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. I don't want them to go by me. Come on. We're going to look for this miracle. Thank you, Spirit. Teach and preach to yourself. God will perform it today. Come on, Sarah. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. I expect a miracle every day. God will make a way out of no way. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just believe and receive it. God will perform it today. I love that when we get to just minister to ourselves sometimes. Just put your hand to your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your breath. Come on, I love it. Just being centered, because sometimes we're tossed to and fro, but we bring ourselves present. We take our thoughts captive. We're going to speak life over ourselves, over our experiences, and we are looking and expecting that miracle of life. So thank you in the back. We're going to bring it on down. And now we're going to do our meet and greet song. You are welcome here. Now, you all know this song, right? Okay. Just taking that deep breath. And I love to know they say you are welcome here just the way you are. And that is the song our dear Reverend Christy would sing as well. And we're going to, let's give it up for our AV team in the back, y'all. And so with everything that is going on in this world today, just to know that you can come into a space fully accepted, fully welcomed. It doesn't matter what suit you're wearing, what color we are, what color we chose in the crayon box to be, because we know that's not the truth of it all. So, come on, you are welcome just the way you are. You can get up and meet and greet. You are wanted here. So open up your heart.
Lay all your fears and all your doubts
aside. Thank you, Spirit.
Let go
Of all the hurts you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart.
and you
Feel the love of all who's gathered around. You are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. Known that who you are is enough. And who'd have known that you could be so loved? Well, we knew. Now you know. Yes, we knew. Now you know. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here.
y'all scoot over now, make some room.
Open up your heart. Thank you, Spirit. You are welcome here, just the way you are. Y'all get that good loving? Open up your heart. So that was a reminder for us to be present in the room and to open up our hearts. And now we're going to have Megan with our vision and mission and announcement. And Megan, when it gets to the very end, I'm going to come on up.
Hello. Okay. Great day, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're so excited to have you all with us, whether you are here in the building or joining us online. We invite you now to bring your full presence into this space. Please take a moment to silence your cell phones or put them on Do Not Disturb. And let's take another deep breath together. In through the nose and out through the mouth. All right. Well, we are truly excited for this new season we're stepping into. As we know, we have Shari Hill, our new spiritual director, back with us today. Last week, about a week ago, we had a great meeting where we got to discuss a bunch of ideas, and we're excited to be sharing them all with you very soon. And we're also excited to be hearing from all of you today as well. So as you know, immediately after service, we'll gather for our monthly potluck right next door. We're celebrating all birthdays and anniversaries for the month of July. Also during that time, Shari will be opening up a listening circle, a space for sharing and visioning together. We hope you'll all be there and contribute your voice and energy. Okay, and a reminder that we do now have 2 food resources available to our community for absolutely anyone who is in need who lives in Mecklenburg County. There's no income criteria. As we continue to grow and evolve, it takes all of us. So if you felt even the smallest tug to assist in any way, we'd love to have you. But anyways, back to the food resources. We are partnering with Nourish Up. So if you're in need of any food, please see me or any of the other board members, and we will talk to you more about that. But like I said, we're looking for more volunteers, greeters, anyone for the audio and visual team. We do provide support and training on that. We're also looking for anyone who's interested in joining the social media and marketing team, setup and closing crew. So I'm going to invite Shari up to talk a little bit more about that now. If you're willing to lend a hand, please, again, see any of your board members.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I'm excited. I'm hoping it's contagious, but I'm excited about this season and where we are. And again, this is the last Sunday of the month. I do want to share, though, because you all want to know where we stand financially. People are traveling. I was traveling. Sometimes people forget to send their payments, their love offerings and all. We are in a position where we are looking for expansion. We're looking to grow. We need to sustain ourselves. So sit with yourselves and see what it is for you to do and how we can complete our obligations for this month, for us to stay in this beautiful facility and to keep, because we have some exciting things like the things with Nourish Up and Hearts United for Good, and there are other things that are rolling out, but we definitely need to make sure that we're keeping this momentum going. So we're knowing opulent financial abundance for us all. It is our birthright, right? It is our birthright. And so I just want to keep everyone in the know, right? Because you want to know. You want to know. And so in this moment, just sit with yourselves. If you're here throughout the service, it may be not today, it may be by the end of this month, but we need to make sure we're checking off all of our obligations. But for you not to do it out of obligation, do it out of a loving spirit, a cheerful giver, right? And now we're going to have our Science of Mind reading by Susan. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes, we're going to have Megan back up to do the vision and mission. Thank you, Megan, and then Susan.
Sorry, y'all. We're going to start with the vision statement now. We are a global community that recognizes, honors, and nurtures the dignity and uniqueness of all people and the oneness of creation. And our mission statement: we connect through the energy of loving kindness, spiritual practice, and sacred service. All right, thanks everyone. Now we're going to have Susan.
Hello, Awaken. So glad you're here today. And July is Social Wellness Month, a time dedicated to focusing on and improving social connections and relationships. It emphasizes the importance of building and maintaining positive relationships with others, fostering a sense of community, and strengthening social bonds. Social wellness involves interacting positively with others, communicating effectively, and creating a strong support system. So you might ask, what is social wellness? Social wellness is about the quality and quantity of our relationships with others. It encompasses our ability to connect with people, build supportive networks, and contribute to our communities. And today's reading is entitled Live, Love, Let Go. When we know who we really are, in that knowing, we have the ability to fulfill any dream we have because we are the eternal possibility, the immeasurable potential of all that was, is, and will be. Deepak Chopra. We must know definitely and consistently that the universe is for us and not against us. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 109. Years ago, I read about a movie in which a man is racked with guilt and remorse for a murder he committed. He also was a slave trader. He wants to atone, so he throws a bag of heavy weaponry over his shoulder and sets out to climb a mountain. When he reaches the summit, he is met by some indigenous Americans whose members he had taken. The chief approaches him with a sharp knife. The fellow drops to his knees, but the chief, instead of killing him, cuts the bag of penance and watches it fall. He is free. All too often, we live with self-inflicted penance. We believe pain will bring atonement, when all it does is bring us more pain. We need to let go. We can't change the past, but we can change how we look at it. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote, "For each of us, there is a perfect self-expression, a place to fill that no one else can. It's a perfect idea in the mind of God." So often we try desperately to hold on and keep things the way they are. Fear keeps us locked. Yet when we surrender, we find that we can find ourselves in a better place. Surrender is not giving up. It is simply asking Spirit to show us a better way. And when we ask, Spirit always answers. So today's affirmation, I'll read it through and then break it down and you can repeat after me. Today, I let go of any guilt and remorse. I surrender and forgive myself for any past misdeeds. I ask Spirit to help me lead a life of kindness, love, compassion, and service. So I'll read part of it, and then you can repeat after me. Today, I let go of any guilt and remorse. Today, I let go of any guilt and remorse. I surrender and forgive myself for any past misdeeds. Surrender and forgive myself for any past misdeeds. I ask Spirit to help me live a life of kindness, love, compassion, and service. I ask Spirit to help me live life, kindness, love, compassion, and service. Thank you. Who's next?
Hi again. All right. How's everyone feel? Great, tired. Well, that's all good. All right. So I know we've taken a few already today, but how about a few more? Let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Let it fill your lungs, and when you're ready, release through the mouth. If you feel comfortable, you can gently close your eyes and keep your awareness on your breath. Again, deeply breathing in through your nose and slowly releasing through your mouth. As you breathe, breathe into the presence of spirit. Releasing anything that no longer serves. As you settle into this sacred moment, know that you are surrounded by the divine. You are surrounded by love, light, and intelligence. The infinite expresses as you. You are not separate from the divine. There is one life, and that life is perfect, whole, and complete. That life is God. As you rest in this knowing, allow yourself to soften, to open, and to receive. You are held in the arms of infinite love. There is nothing you need to do. Nothing you need to earn or chase. In this stillness, affirm to yourself, I am safe. I am guided. I am love. Let that become your inner rhythm. With each breath, you return more deeply to yourself, to the sacred presence within. You are a divine idea in the mind of God. An expression of truth, beauty, and power. Your path is blessed, and your purpose is unfolding. As you breathe, affirm to yourself, I trust in the unfolding of my life. If there is any heaviness or burden you've been carrying, visualize yourself placing it gently in the hands of Spirit. It is not yours to carry alone. Let this stillness remind you that you are enough. As we take a few more final deep breaths, we gently return our awareness to the room. You can wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes when you're ready. And take that feeling of calm into the rest of your week. And so it is. Thank you.
Great day, great day, great day. Thank you, Megan. That was beautiful. Thank you, Makala. That was lovely. All right. So, I decided that I wanted to talk about the basics, the beginning. A lot of times we're here and we're using terms or talking about philosophies or things within our teaching or other teachings that we assume everybody in the room is aware of. So I said, well, let's just take something, maybe it's not as basic or the beginning, but here it is. I was going over the Lessons in Spiritual Mind Healing by Ernest Holmes. Glasses, hold on. Hold, please. And I so enjoy going down this rabbit hole. But let me just read this to you. It says, the universe is a spiritual system governed by immutable laws of cause and effect. Man is an integral part of this system. Now, when we hear man, we're not talking about gender, just one, we're talking about all of us, human. Is an integral part of this system, inseparable from it. At first, he does not understand his own nature, and thereby, by the very law which could produce freedom, brings limitation into his experience. This limitation he calls evil. Man can perceive his true relationship to the universe and live in such conscious union with it that he actually reproduces in his own individual life the vast cosmic order. This concept is identical with that held by most of the great thinkers throughout the ages. So there is no such thing as living spirit and dead matter. There is a tireless energy moving in, upon, and through everything. We should not think of spirit or living reality as being opposed to objective life. So, okay, enough there, because I can just keep going and going. So what it's saying, and even what, if people were raised with the Bible, where it said God created us in its image and likeness, that we are God's stuff, right? So what does that mean? We are energy. How many, I've said this before, in third grade, I was told that I was energy. In science, it has been proven that we are energy. So when you go into the smallest particles of yourself, they say over 99.999% is space. It's God stuff. So we're living in the illusion of what we're seeing with our senses as if we are solid, that we are human, that we are physical. But the physical is just the slowed down matter, right? Does anyone remember that in science? When you're in the ethers, it's vibrating faster. And then when it slows down, it comes into the physical. I was going to ask for a cup of water, but I have a cup of water. So how many of us, I know, right? How many of us struggle with the idea that you are God expressed? Anybody raise their hand? I know there are times, don't be afraid. There are times that we question it because it's like, if I'm God expressed, how come the things I want aren't showing up? If I'm God expressed, I should have more power. If I'm God expressed, we will question it every time if we are God expressed. Are we really God stuff? Are you really God expressed? So when I ask for this cup of water, I'm going to take a sip. It is water. It really is. It's not anything else. Does anyone question that this is water? Not now, right? Okay. Would have been vodka maybe, but this is actually water. We don't doubt that this is water. And when we see that this cup is filled with water, we don't see or expect all of water to show up in this cup, right? Let's sit with that for a minute. We don't expect all the water to show up and be in this cup. We got water in the air, there's rain, moisture, that humidity that's greeting us outside. We got oceans and rivers and lakes. But we don't have any problem accepting this as water. But yet, if I say I'm God expressed as Shari, somebody might question that because they don't see all of God. You're like, everything of God, of what they know it to be, is not walking around as Shari, so to speak. I am a fractal of the infinite divine. So let us take a moment to just sit with the idea and contemplate that God actually resides within, that God actually is the energy moving through us and breathes us, that its life is within us. Let us just actually sit with that and understand that every cell within our bodies is divine intelligence within itself that knows exactly what it is it's supposed to do and designed to do. I'm not telling myself to breathe right now. I'm not telling my heart to beat right now, not in my conscious mind. Let us sit with this moment to know that this energy that we call spirit, God, is operating as us and wants to operate through us. The illusion that we're living in, this 3D experience, and it is an illusion because even in science, when we were taught how our eyes work and how we see, how many people think that we see through our eyes, that our eyes are seeing? I know I'm going to be the only one in the hand raising their hand. Your eyes are actually opening up just like the photo lens of a camera, accepting the light. Your brain or mind is actually seeing. Come on now, that's a word in itself. Because of that, and the reason why I say that and to know why it's so important is because we can all see something different because of the filters that we have developed, because of what my mother told me versus what your mother told you, or which school you went to and which education you had. we're all perceiving the same information in a very different way. In a very different way. There are times, believe it or not, I was talking to my son one time, and I'm hearing him being sassy and talking back in my mind. I happened to hear a recording of the conversation. I'm like, that's not how it went at all. But because of the filters that I had, that's how I perceived it. You all even heard me maybe one time say, so me singing in front of you now is not the Shari of yesteryear. So I sang into my children's recorder. This was probably in 1990 or so. They're like 3. And I sang Anita Baker. I'm like, fairy tales. And my sister said, no, her friend said, Shari, I didn't know you could sing like that. And for 20 years, I heard that as a negative. I heard it as a negative for 20. It's like, Shari, I didn't know you could sing like that. Okay, well, that was playing in my head for almost 20 years. We can create whatever. I'm just saying, as much as you all would hear that and say, what? How did you get that out of that? Because of my filters, because of my low self-esteem at the time. And so that is what I heard. That is what I rode with. That is what I got. And then all of a sudden, when I allowed God to truly be full in me, and I'm working on it every day, I decided to hear it a different way. And then I was like, oh, she was giving me a compliment. And then not only was she giving me a compliment, my greatest nemesis that I thought was also giving me a compliment. Who figured that? My sister was actually giving me a compliment. And that was a revelation in itself, because I had to see her a different way. I had to see the information in a different way. And so I'm saying that to say that we can be in conversations, we can be in events, and we will perceive things in a different way because of our own filters. So perhaps that's the reason why it's hard to accept or challenging to accept that you are God expressed, that you are spirit in action, in form on this plane. It's just like when you went to plug up your phone last night and the electricity was charging up your phone, right? All the electricity didn't come through that outlet, thank God. Thank God. But we expect it to be there. We know, okay, electricity is in those outlets. We don't question any of that. But here you are walking around, living, breathing, and we question that you are God expressed? If I asked you to remember a dream you had, that you created, you'll go back in your dream, you've thought of cities and people and things, that is nothing but God. So, that being said, are you ready for the responsibility of being God expressed? Come on now. Are you ready for the responsibility of God? Because then we get to recreate and reshape and revision all of the past. Like I said, I went back 20-something years and decided to look at something different and not to be a victim to an old idea. I got to reshape how that looked. There are times that I've had some ugly stuff, some crazy stuff, but if I'm God expressed, I'm whole, perfect, and complete. It did not destroy me. And you remember in science it says energy cannot be created nor destroyed. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. And if you are energy, you are spirit, regardless of what you have experienced. I'm not saying it wasn't ugly. I'm not saying it wasn't challenging. But here we still stand. Even for those who are not still on this plane. I had to deal with that and come to that conclusion early in my experience because my mother transitioned when I was a teenager. So she wasn't in a box underneath the ground, and people, they're like, you don't go to the graveyard? I mean, you can if you want to, but that wasn't my choice. That's not how I saw her. That's not how I see her. And so I respect anyone's choices, but if your energy and if your spirit, then from, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, this suit will dissipate, but my spirit lives strong. My spirit is very much alive. Don't let me have church in here. As my dad said, you are the church. So, again, with the truth of it all, and yes, I was in what we would call mourning with Malcolm Jamal Warner's transition, but then I also had to go back and celebrate, because there were some visuals and AIs that showed him running up those heaven stairs and all. And I'm like, that's what I'm knowing for truth, that spirit still reigns. He is God expressed. So just because we're not on this plane doesn't mean that we're still not in existence. How many of you have experienced that somebody transitioned, but you can still feel them? We struggle with that idea. There are times I have dealt with people in grief, and they grieved out of honor. They grieved because, how can I be happy? How can I still go on if I'm not a good daughter or a good mother, if I'm still at peace with this transition? So they grieve almost out of tradition, out of honor. It's like, I'm a good child, if I'm a good sibling, if I'm still grieving and hurt over them not being here. But the truth is, we're supposed to celebrate that transition, honoring them on their path, on their journey. When my dad was transitioning and I had turned my dining room into, I guess, his room, his little hospital bed and all was in there. And he's sitting there. He said, why are all these people in my room? I said, they're just here. You couldn't see anyone, but I could feel them. You couldn't see anybody in the room, but you knew they were there. And I said, Dad, they're just here to usher you over whenever you're ready. And then when I thought about it and got real deep with it, I'm like, I should be there too. I should be there too, because I exist in every plane, right? If we're energy, we exist on every plane. So I know my dad and my mother and my ancestors are still with me. And I know that they are also on their own journeys, because they too are God expressed. So the idea of Susan and Frankie and Reverend Ned and Tia being God expressed, does that challenge anybody? That we all sitting here, God talking to God. God talking to God. Sometimes we have to remember that when we're on the phone with customer service. Okay, sometimes I have to talk before I make the phone call. God talking to God. Sometimes when I'm looking at my bank account, and so I'm like, okay, come on, Spirit. But I also know that we can stay attached to certain vibrations, certain things that are just easy. I'm like, okay, magic hands. Just like my account can dwindle into the ether. But I'm a magician. I will magically let it increase. But now I'm knowing, let's stay there. Let's keep that energy and let it be higher. You don't have to keep on that roller coaster ride. That's only because that's my choice. And then I was like, you must get a thrill out of it. It's like, what is it that you're getting out of it, Shari? What is it you're getting out of it? Because I know I'm God expressed. I know that when I wanted to travel the world and live out of the country for half the year and then come back and work, I knew it was available, and so I did it. There are things that Tia would say, this is what I want to experience, and because she's God expressed, she gets to do. Makayla, because she says, I'm God expressed, She gets to show up as music. She gets to show up as a musician in all areas and as an artist, which is amazing, amazing work. So now to know that you don't have to limit your experience, to fully embrace that you are God expressed, to give yourself permission to live fully. And the one thing that I could say, because my mom transitioned earlier, I used to say, I'm going to do like this to my life. I'm going to wring it out. They're going to say, Shari went empty. And it's a testament to that by me standing here today. Anybody who knows me, I like to be on the side, and I'm going to help somebody else's vision. I knew I was fully capable of being here. Whew. But apparently, I wanted to see this. I said yes to God being expressed through me during this time. And so I offer this to you. I offer this to you right now. To sit with it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it challenges the very essence and core of who you are. How do you see yourself as being God expressed? How do you see yourself as being energy? Just like this cup of water. There's no doubt that this is water. It's just like you, every vessel in this room. There's no doubt that you are God expressed, that you're a pure energy, that you're a pure divine intelligence in action. So next week, I'm going to do a talk on ask, seek, and knock. Ooh-wee. Because when you know who you are, when you absolutely know who you are, because a lot of people say, oh, the law of attraction doesn't work, and this doesn't work. I mean, what you all are just positive thinking and all that. No, it all works. Look at your life, and you can see what it is your thoughts are. Look at your life, and you can say, oh, okay, yeah, that's where my primary thoughts are. You have to take full ownership of that. And be okay with it. Be okay with it, because the biggest thing is you get to recreate. You get to think about an old idea in a new way. That's what new thought is. We get to think about something in a different way, in a fresh way. So let this week do an exercise, do a moment of just being still. Try to go outside. Well, I don't know if you can go outside, but wait till it gets a little cooler in the day. But be in nature. And if not, this is the beautiful part, like during the pandemic, and they would take us through different meditations and all. I have such a vivid imagination. I can be on the Isles of Greece. I could be by the ocean. You all can do it too. Practice. Sit with it. And be still and know that I am God. So in scripture, it's told us that. In science, it's told us that we are energy. When you go into the quantum field, again, we are part of that field. It says, Rumi says, go in the field, I'll meet you there. So stay with that. So first, I want to take you to the basics, the beginning of knowing that God created you. Y'all know I'll get to talk about the image and likeness piece, but God made you in its image and likeness. So when you know that and can truly, truly embrace that, the next week we're going to talk about what to do with that. But right now, I want you to really exercise that. Really step into that. Because so often we're looking at our circumstances. And that's like circumference. You remember circumference, a circle? We're looking at our circumstances, the things that are surrounding us, and allowing those things to dictate who we are. Allowing those things in that circle, that circumstance, to dictate who you are. So just to remember, we're going to be saying the same things over and over for a while. But if I'm allowing those things, that anything that I'm seeing visibly in my field is what? The past. Come on now. Y'all should be shouting. Anything that you are visibly seeing is an old idea. You can't look for your future in your circumstances. Right? Y'all got to work with me. Are y'all with me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? You cannot, as much, and those of you in this room and hear my voice online, you're already vibrating at another level. That's why this experience is even happening with you. You already know you can't have this conversation with everybody. You already know. And where we are right now, y'all know I'm going to say boots on the ground. It's time. We can't even play. So if you are still being distracted by the illusion of what your circumstances are presenting, get yourself together, get your whole self together, get your whole life together, because it's not the truth. All right? We got major things to do, and we need all hands on deck. We signed up for this time, for this season, and we got to get it together. It's like boot camp. It's like boot camp. What we called for and asked for is happening right now. Things that are happening now, it's just like when our parents were in the 60s. They were doing grassroots stuff. It was major. We got to get moving. So I say that because everyone here is a vital part to this next move that we're going to experience. And because of that, we need to collectively be in one thought. We need to collectively put what we want to see in motion. Otherwise, we're going to fall into what the collective out there wants to experience. And if that's not what we want to experience, we got to do something different. We got to be something different. We got to feel different. Anybody with me on that? Come on now. I said, y'all real quiet. It's like a science class, chemistry class. I get it. There are times when I'm taking it all in, I'm real quiet because I'm trying to get it to marinate. I'm like, ooh, that was deep. Okay, yeah. But this is it. This is it. So it's like all hands on deck. We got to go, but it's time to do the work, right? So the work is within. The work is to remember, to remember. That means to gather your whole self back together. And let's go, let's grow. So next week, be here, be in the room, bring someone with you. We got major, major things to do. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited to do it with you. I'm excited to do it with you. I'm excited to do it with you. You know, can y'all feel the shift in the atmosphere in the room? Come on, let's give it up. Let's get some energy. You know what? Everybody stand up for a moment, please. If you don't mind standing up. And I wanted to really start with that. But to stand up, shake, move your shoulders, shake a little bit. We got to get the energy moving. If anything is stagnated and standing still, it's only going to produce dis-ease, or it's not what we're choosing to experience. So that's our bodies, our mind. You can have a seat. But we got to stay in motion, stay in action. And if we are not taking responsibility of that, then that means we're falling under somebody else's plan, somebody else's guise, okay? So let us really be proactive and not reactive. And the first thing of that is to remember that you are God expressed, created on purpose, with a purpose, and let's walk that out. Ashe. All right, amen. And so it is. And so it is. All right, Reverend Ned, can you come on up? I enjoyed y'all.
Okay. That was a good talk.
Y'all don't know. Hold on. Thank you, Reverend Ned.
You have to earn that.
I know. Trust me.
Okay. And now, it is our opportunity for a spiritual practice that is both giving and receiving. As individuals and as a group of individuals, as a community. So I invite you to repeat with me the conscious giving affirmation. Divine love moving through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life.
Thank you, Reverend Ned. I might use that one. Thank you, Reverend Ned. So now Megan and Jasmine will be passing around the baskets. And we can do any music. I know, right? He said some Ozzy Osbourne. I tell you.
Thank you, God.
You are being blessed by, I am being blessed by, we are being blessed by the Spirit of love. Right now is another chance. Right now is another chance. Is another chance to live in abundance. Thank you, Spirit. Live in abundance. You are being blessed by. I am being blessed by. We are being blessed by the Spirit of love.
Okay. As we give, we receive, and we give thanks from the depth of our being that is spirit. It is the source of all that is, of all prosperity, and it is the source and substance of us. And now, I recognize that everything is energy. Everything from the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy, to the universe, to all of multiverses, and everything that is infinitely beyond, bigger and smaller than all of that. It is one spiritual presence that knows itself as absolute perfection, transcending time and space, and gives of itself through natural law, through an astonishing beauty of unconditional love everywhere. I know that each one of us is created right now in the image and likeness of a universal perfection that is all life, intelligence. It is the creative process itself. It is a natural movement that when we move with the wholeness of life, that success is inevitable. I step into a greater idea of myself. I step into a greater idea of this community. I step into a greater idea of all of humanity, all of life, all of reality, being something more beautiful, wonderful, abundant than I have ever imagined in my life, and yet it is true. All of my desires are inspired by Spirit and are therefore fulfilled by Spirit when I am clear and open to the one presence. There is no limit except what I choose to limit with my own thoughts. Well, enough of that. I open my heart, mind, and soul with a great thanksgiving. I'm so thankful I am me. I am so thankful you are you, all of you. Do you know how good life can be? We're about to find out. And so it is.
Thank you, Reverend Ned. And so it is. Come on now. Don't threaten me with a good time. I love it. All right. So, Reverend Ned, did you want to do the children's piece, or I can do it?
Sure, I can do that. What do we got here? Okay, the children's affirmation. How many children we have here? Well, one just ran out of the room, but there's plenty online. And we have place for them, so there is. That's right. So, say with me the children's affirmation. Children, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way you are.
Thank you, Reverend Ned. And we don't take that lightly, even though we say, it's for our little ones who like to creep out. I truly say that to your younger self. I have a phone that I carry my little 4-year-old picture of myself on. And just to speak that to her, to say, I see you, I appreciate you, I love you just the way you. You know what? This is what we're saying. We're relearning or unlearning to relearn some new things. So speak that to yourself. Say that to yourself in the mirror. It may be something small, but we all need that breath of fresh air, that breath of life spoken to us, okay? All right. So I cannot believe we are wrapping up. You all, we're getting ready to do our potluck next door at the lighthouse in our listening circle. So come on and join us next door. And you want to get into our circle. Anyone who does not want to be in the circle to hold hands, if you can stand outside of the circle and send us loving energy, we appreciate it. There's a place for everybody. That breath of fresh air, that breath of life spoken to us, okay? All right. So I cannot believe we are wrapping up. You all, we're getting ready to do our potluck next door at the lighthouse in our listening circle. So come on and join us next door. The beautiful thing is, with all of that, how many of you have ever cringed when you heard your voice or saw yourself on the I'm like, I'm doing this. I don't cringe. For us, we let it be. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. Let these words meditate to you and take these words with you throughout the week. Let it vibrate through you. Thank you, Spirit.
Knowing that there's grace. And this grace, it washes over us when we need it.
Grace
it just shows up when we let it.
Wash over
we can make ourselves aware of
us.
So knowing that there are people in this world who are hurting, who are afraid.
We let it be.
And this entire world.
Thank you, Spirit. We let the grace wash over us. We let it be.
We let the love.
We let
The love.
wash over us. We let it be. Thank you. You all create an amazing week, and we'll see you next door at the Lighthouse.